The funny thing is, I was just looking through, the last year of boxing, especially on the PBC, and I just wanted to revisit this, settlement that Top Rank had in May last year with, where Bob Arum and Al HAYMON came up to this settlement where Bob Arum, filed a lawsuit against Al HAYMON in regards to the PBC, and which I called a bullshit lawsuit at the time, and obviously it was an out of court settlement that was reached, in which obviously the case was ceased to continue, and one of the questions, I think I made a big video. This was about May last year. And I made a video saying that, would top rank fighters now actually be, fighting on a PVC? That's part of the, obviously, in regards to the video itself. And I think I made the statement that, I would like to see, since obviously the settlement was made, I would like to see top rank fighters actually, see whether any top rank fighters will actually fight on PVC. Even though I knew and I made the case at that particular point in time that would never happen. And I went back and I looked through to see actually if any top rank fighter, any mainstream, well-known top rank fighters has had actually fought on PVC since the agreed settlement. Because obviously the argument was made that that Al HAYMON and Bob Arum were going to team up. It was all going to work for the benefit of boxing, and there was all this going to be this all the fights that we wanted to see, blah blah blah, and certain individuals were making sort of crappy ass arguments that this is all going to be like all honky dory and everything was going to work out and Top Rank was going to fight on PVC. So I just went back and I looked, in the last 8 months since the settlement of this agreement was made, has there been any Top Rank fighters, any mainstream Top Rank fighters fight or had a fight during that period on PVC Blade TV? Has any top rank fighter actually fought? And looking through this, the simple answer is no. Not one top rank fighter, top rank signed fighter, not one top rank mainstream fighter in the top rank stable has fought on PVC since that agreement. And there you have some fuckers who fucking made videos out there claiming that, oh, what does Mex Rider know? Blah, 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 blah. He's just, feeding out garbage and stuff. Well, not one top rank fighter, one mainstream top rank fighter has fought on PVC. Not one. And the fact that, what baffles me is the fact that, if people want to sort of feed bullshit and tell boxing fans that, they think they didn't know what they're talking about. It's not the fact that they feed the shit. Fine, you can feed whatever shit you want to feed. The thing that really baffles me, certain individuals keep going back to the same perpetuance of shit like that. People who just spew garbage and they still go back to them and then listen to them. When people tell you the facts that this was never going to happen, there was no way in the world, you would never see a top-ranked fighter fight on PVC. Not while Bob Arum's alive. I'll put it this way. If Bob Arum happens to pass away, then there's possibly a possibility that's going to happen. But not why. You don't take somebody to court and then you expect to be pally. It don't work like that. You might think that in the past, oh yeah, people resolve it because people just drop lawsuits like that. This one was slightly different. There was nowhere, Bob Arum wasn't doing this for the benefit of boxing. He was doing it for the benefit of himself. And there was no way Al HAYMON was going to be working with a fucking asshole like that. But anyways, if people still want to be, subscribing to that bullshit, that Top Rank and Bob Arum and Al HAYMON are going to be pally, and it's been all this time and it hasn't happened, it's not going to happen. You need to just chill that out. It ain't going to happen. So if you want to still perpetuate that bullshit and tell me which top rank fighters has fought on PVC since then, I'll be waiting. Until then, oh man, you can still perpetuate, you can still work in dreamland if you think that that's going to happen. Never going to happen. Not while Bob Arum's alive. So you can still spew in that shit and still say whatever you want to say, but the proof is there in front of you. If you can tell me which top-ranked fighter has fought on PBC, I'll be waiting. Peace.